AP Radio 105.7.
Action Power TV, the way of salvation. Mamu nyina mo adwo anwumre yi APTV ene radio 105.7 sunie samhodo ayeboabo no se no nsia brem kaseye ene yede somo yede asisi ye mayimo ene amahodo so edi kaditie na edi hwe ensam no de obete ewo mu bini swafo shefre sam so ye ramuntaka ese enkrofuku a na nse ye mu wonu koye recruitment wo ye bambo agina tuku awudum no emu 1300 ekopie mu se HIV AIDS wo mu obi yebeko enkoko edwa won ma madwo so mu si foforo de ama wo mu no edi kan yi edwadefo no fibi om wo de ko we bi foforo ebia ya so de asaba wo mu chi a enam so ma tax force om ho agina so akogege edwadefo dodo no an ye mo moton Chifuatimo kwa adehye wo ho de adesede ato aban no anim o kire se bridge bi e wo ho ebu agumu anesa eni nti abanhwe na o meye ma wo mo French mampani akwa akopie mu e wo Syria na amanebo ene se explosion bi akoso wo Damascus se French mampani ni free ho a ena sa explosion ni siye emu amanebo ye de besomo Dodo no aka ho ne yede somo no nsia kase mu okwanews.apmedia.gh.com yede online stories na kogu ho yem Facebook and YouTube handle ne APTVGH TikTok Instagram and X and Twitter ne APmedia_GH Idiane boss lady Afia Kyem Agyemang So far wa chef Samso yo no nyamfo Muntaka Mubarak Mohammed no achechre nsemu e de ache Parliament's Public Assurance Committee no o se enche ye bia e na Ghana de hye bi wo ho aye ma omukọ eye ye bambaji na tukwa wudom se bebetumi afa wo mo enipa be 100,000 ne achiri e na recruitment no wo mo de omudin ye kọ ye de wo mo fa nhye nyina mu wo mo a ekofa health screening mu na chese ye kọ hwo mu ni peduama pomudin se mu no ekọ wiase ye Muntaka say enipa 1300 ni achire ena nhwehwemu no ekọso ehu se HIV emuawa ne bi ewo wo mo emoje mo ama ehu se hepatitis B enyare wadodo no anu mo hu bi nso ewo mo hu ni se yare bi wo ho a enipa ne betumi akon ate ne senti ena wo mo ekoye screening nyina se efa wo se yamfa wo mo yamfa wo mo ne tete bedwen se edi enti ne yamfa me wo se mo nyina mo betumi request se medical screening na mokoye no yemfa ho nkrata ama me basa no a wonya krata no a ubehu se bibi se ni se ne ha oni padua no a ne senti wo mo antumi amfa wo se be ya na monto bi a obetu wo ho no wonso atumi atu.
And then I remember, the recent recruitment, we had, I think, about 1,300 or so that were on HIV. And then they said, can you imagine sending somebody a resource, telling the person that you have HIV? That's not the procedure. The person has to go through some orientation. So one of the things that we did was simply to say that when you get disqualified, you are given a contact to reach out if you are interested in knowing the details. Then when you call, then they assist you to let you know. Because interestingly, some of the things that we realize are treatable. So people need to know and then also get treatment so that subsequent recruitment they could join. So you need to know, it's of interest for every person that got disqualified to be interested in knowing what was the cause, so that at least you'll be able to, those that you can treat, I mean, hepatitis B, if you have cardiac issues, maybe you've had some major surgery, drug, mental, and all that. A lot of it, some of them, I believe, you would help you be able to get out of it, especially those who had mental issues. People may not even know that they are having mental issues, but these are things that are easily treatable. So we encourage everybody to try and reach out. Don't just say because you've been discovered, you are no longer interested. Be interested, because it may be something minor, it may be something major, whichever it is. If you get to know, it will be of great interest to them. But the reason why we didn't send the results directly was that we don't want the shock. Even based on the WHO guideline, there are certain ailments, you just don't throw it on the person's face that, oh, you have hepatitis B, you have HIV, you have that. So that was why we didn't send the results directly.
Ononyamfo Muntaka Mubarak Mohammed so for Chefisem so ne nsembini na yato so a Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana wonom so magye aban no ne tiri mu 24 economy no atom Agyemang no omo hwanim so modo mo hu behyem na pharmacies yahodo betumi aye adwuma no pa wi anwumra na jode so mahomache na shift dodo no aso bekoso ewo mu bie na ade abako a wonom sha ban no ene se economy no obetumi memu ayede ede ama womom kanka ene bambo ensem aban no mia bambo ensem womo ebe ye adwuma na jo no womo nim se wonom nkwa endansan yemo sanso ene ba na to ho nsem so aban no betumi hwehwan so de ama womo se be ya adwuma no mo ya na omo ye na kesi mo gidi ye se aban no de santutu ye wegu akwam 24 economy no ebetumi agina ye pia wa bra pharmaceuticals for do mo hu ehyemu bie ensami wonom de to dwa enam Dr. Fam Paul Owusu Donkoso wono ene president edema Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana no na oba sentiment mu a wo mo fan wa ha no omo do mo dwumedi enhyemudi a etoso mienu ena ahyehye so a enam so mo panin pedi sade sede eto aban nanim.
Did mention that now we are opening our services around the clock. We are tapping into the 24-hour agenda of the current government. And we are happy to learn from the regional minister that there are provisions to make security available, accessible, and affordable to pharmacists who want to open for this length of time. In fact, these conversations started way back. We have engaged the minister on a lot of these. We have a lot of agreements so far. And I am happy that we are able to open it to our members during today's regional meeting. What that does for us is that pharmacists who are the closest in providing healthcare to members of our community will now do that without closing hours. We are available and accessible to members in the communities whenever they need pharmaceutical care. Our service is not only in curative medical provision, we are doing promotive and preventive medical care as well. So being open for this length of time means that Ghanaians will be healthier because the pharmacist is always accessible and available to them whenever they need them. And this is by the kind courtesy of the regional minister's interventions in providing security for our members.
Dr. Fam Paul Owusu Donko ono ena president award Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana no na e wonsen foforo mo no mrasha badwani de makwada so abato mpeso ano so sentiment honorable Professor Kingsley Nyakon waka kire Ghana for say wo so wo bi de bo obi e wonsuye yi mu a yemfa mo aban a wo mote so ma yemfa mo aban dada no esansa aban dada no ye na famu die bia se be obetumi mansuyira no aba fam e ya aban foforo ye oba ye na emfa hyehye pa bi mu akwam enam so ma na nsem nsu branta mo eto ye nyina ye ni masem wasi ye wo mai mu kanka ne nkran bumpuni mantamunti ye wo hwa ye nhwe sa aban no betumi abu nkunta e de a kire ye ntememufo no ne asum ebetumi adwo ye ensemi wodi to dwa na kire se wo mo CICT lab ewa patrapa JHS ena fe ohumase basic school a yewura yi adwane na so na obia no eno no wo kire se abanfufuro ya so mo de nhihye gu akwam san nhihye no ena se yentimemufo ye maya no ye den a omo betumi a kire ye de ekone de eba nyina koba ne se nsuyire ne atorenche ba hodo bi etete sa ama ye nso
Amambo ayanto aso MPP occupy governance of this country for 8 years. Ghana for were issued with us, NDC. NDC in opposition, we are who say, they can face all our problems. That was the impression they gave to us, including flooding. Now, I can't be able to say, what me flooding. But 3rd June, we should have flooding. So the point is that I'm planning Mahama get a Juma Asha on Sa. And then I'm going to work to deal with the flooding. It's not that much. So flooding is a question. I'm going to blame game. I'm buying now or Tessono. Or no one say, and then why? Nothing has been done. Nothing has been done by John Mahama administration. So come upon someone say they need to give us a solution. You don't go and blame the MPP because the MPP is not in power now. Except Franklin Kujomo, those people, let's be very careful. The teacher of mine, any political party, John Mahama, the president, must give us solutions. And Anipa in Swahili, Monday, make not be core committee meeting all about the big hotel. Difficult to go. I'm opinion. You sat on a helicopter and at Nambium. Ayadang. Our master, 34 and counting, have lost their lives. And I'm blaming the NPP. If governance is about blaming the outgone government here, then there should be no government. Then NPP shall continue. John Mahama, the president, you owe us a duty, a responsibility. Face the flooding. The MPP, we did our part. MPP time. But I'm flooding at this level, flooding at this level, make I meet.
We Honorable Professor Kingsley Nyako, and my Shebejani, the Makwara so constituency no. Nekramo MCE, Honorable Eric Sibe, and so adding some to judge today. Edition for the ICT lab, when your mom fast on fast war. A sunset, they said the ICT didn't go food dredge, no, and yes, some commenting in Tefidino Swedish yadi. A woman who here woman, no one shall say. Computers near the SC one of Sabo Frappots, now I get the Gidunco Pia Binto form. Number her see Yemana Susu no aquachiri.
And then for Yema, Abba, Yasim. Yan, but you go Yabrapa. And I'm not MP, I said, never said, who do we have international airport to be at? I didn't wear the shows, yes, you are key. It is over key, if you don't have the fundamentals. And then, to be a winning mistake. Idea and then shots here, and the Dutch, Abramo, and our shots here. If you say, never you used to be a yes, somebody enlightened our computer, I bet your I bet your school. So, this is before say, oh, go anymore. One Casano, over to me, a developer or someone. I dare be proud winning no far. It's not some basis, our ICT routine, who fast Adina, over to me, and to be upon the serious. Now, make sure say, teacher for me to say, be sell one. Hey, you want to see there. No one can see me, so I dare now, my dear, no embedded generated to 10 cities a day. A bus able to prevent the gadget and never to lapse. And it's a message. Said I can't maintenance culture. I want my room and very low, but only a room model so dear. And the song town will be back. Sassel just at the end of my house. I do this. Not quickly, I won't say, not give me a message on my own position. Said you bet me a channel with you to the
Quadra so MC ni no nyamfo Eric Sibe ye kwani partner yemo ensem.
This segment is brought to you by
King's Home Studios.
Asutifi North Marshebadwani Yononyamfo Ebenezer Kwakuado. Wode afusu sema ma nesefo wonu mu awie suku weba mu. Sese koba ne sa ban no postu do ato baabi hu se wono sabi kurokuma mu a ayampopo ti kurafo ani kire mu hokoye adwuma bo apomuden nsam wo nkronkuma mu sanso mo so sefata se apomuden mapa wo nsa ka bi mpempi no ano Erase ye posti anesefo do wo nkronkuma mu a wo hwese ne ho asetan city ano wo mafiri ho no wo kire se eye nipa bi na ebekwa kwakoye adwuma nti wo so so ye do kɔ hɔ ano watena ahwɛ sɛ adwuma wo ye no wobetumi aye no ye ni himfa so de pii no a na ebetumi abaso ede ama wo mo ensɛm yi wode to dwa e wa bra wo Asutifi North hɔ no wo so free primary health care aban no tiri mo pa wode bo apomuden ensɛm no ebi aduru hɔ ma ho dwumadie kɔ so go so ena nam so ma Marshebadwani de sa de sedie eto anesefo anim
obia eba school a na ni so ade hu ne se obewie no wanya adwuma ye nti chips compounds na aye sisi no obekọ me ni krom no ebia ye bodin ni bi kire wa edin no ensounde dedede mawo ebise okokro kase mu a edin dedede na wote te edru posting a na obi epe edin a ede akwakoye adwuma but ye wa ha ye pese ye serve o my Ghana ye fansha ya adwuma se ba bi a o my Ghana nipa bi wo bia no ohia se ye ma no apomuden mapa eno nti chips compounds ahodo a yesisi no minim se ebedru samu be wie school no na ya wie afene hyimu kama eye wo na obekwa akoye adwuma wom de mesere mo ne se samunya postings na mo aka hu se ye maame mo ayeje wo mo ewo kumase ye papa mo ayeje wo mo ewo nkran saa bi no a ye kwa akohwe wo mo ewo ba bi a ye posti akọ eno nti ye mfa pepa nana eka krachi krom ene wo krachi krom chips compound a ya ye renovation kama na so de nurse ko ha on pese obekọ adenti a until kura ye friend krachi krom da ba wate islegon eno nti ye nyina no ye mfa nhye ya adwum se o my Ghana ye ba akopɛ
we Honorable Ebenezer Kwakuado wona e Marshebadwani ma Asutifi North abato empeso no so ye konkoko enche ye bia beto dwase nkoko fo dwa no omuwom kese pa no ye yiwo nyina afiri wo na omo asi foforo dwumadie na hyase kra contractors na mema kogu a omo ye adwuma omo de bai se de hye bia na se dwadefo bi no mapa betena tena ba bi omo besi edwa foforo na ma ompeso omo de materials kra kɔ a omo ntumi fa nkɔ ene na nkoko dwa foforo no so ho tax force wo ho ana na kofi onwena sana hene de ma nkoko na no matan konwa wono ena eda no ene ne tax force of wono wamakɔ ho dwade ni bia wono akwakɔtena bia ya yetu omo firi ho yesi ama wo mba bi foforo kra so omo nkɔ adom market ye ho no enye sam kɔtena ho dada wo mo wie foforo ya omba yi mu nyina sa de mabomachi na enso mo nim die nti aso den adwadefo ni bia sa akɔtena tena bia ya yesi foforo no kwana no nti wo mo kɔ ene wa anwane de wo mo asesa mo nyina neoma wo mo tiri mo pone se nnuane ne no ban no mo asesa ne nyina no wo mo de bekɔ akɔkyecha masukufo wo mo so nya aduane pa bi edi
tontoma ento atosode e wo pese wo atosode a papa do market epu obi na ho no kɔtɔ ye mpese obi a begina ho ye nkasa atosode nkwa no obi akɔfa nyama foforo mo obi a nyina ho se wabobɔ bibi susu asi ho na wo tɔn se nye store fo no nka ho na wa bɛhye ho a sisa wo ne yema na nanu ye beto a ye beyi na afiro esese ebubu a ye bebubu ye bɛsan de wakɔkɔ to so na de udu ha wo ne aban asɛm udu na aban de kyɛwo de akyɛwo aban fan wa fan nti wo a wote yenka saa bre ye kasai firi ne enye do se be ba wo kyena se be ba de kye ende nanu mo sebe edisishi ade be kyena mo nyina begu ekwan no ho enema no a ya de hye ne ton wado market no enua bia no mabai so eto ho nti adwadifo no ba omu di dwa na okwan no ho a na o masan akọ to be kọ na ye nua no mo ne ade hye ne sisi ho a obi en to hwe nsu eto nyina e boro wo owi abọ so a na ebo wo nti ama ya ade hye no so ani abre ama nananom atu ho anamọ ndi kakra atwam nananom kọjeje wo ne yema a ohwi ahimfi akra ebi kura ama magye nyema no bibre ho asisi ho a propro nti enno na no pai eye nua ma no dwasofo no bi ekọ radio stations ahoro edi su ekọ sere wo se nananom hwe no mo mboa wo nti de ye kire nananom se Afia de enya to so de enya hwe mo obiara nyina kwan no ho ento ade wo pese wo kodwa fa ko kinchin afiefiem fa megina kwan no ho ewura SS bazaar lemu ho yempese obiara begina ho apart from store for no a nananom ankasa na de ho ma wo se wo ntra ho no mu ni wo mu dwa enna mo ebubu wo store nti ye de kwakire ye kwaku de bra so a yempese obiara betra ho wo ye store ni na top provisions na wo ton tomatoes o ti yenkan wo ti yenkan asesa wo ne mafiri ho se nananom ba ho bibie behu bia ye befa ye mfa ma himfie biem ena wa ba ha na watwa kwan na asaba ye wa hawa baye ye gi a ye de nyema nyina ba akwache
we na kofi onwuna sana hene edema nkoko en homode sanse matudwa ye kwachifo atimokwa mansini mu mfimfi mantamo adeshade eto onmudi CEO no nyamfo Isaac Yosen ene onmu ahebedwani no anim se woba onmu kro ni mu a kwan no a eda ho no kame yese na bridge bi wo ho na wo mu kwan no edefa so no mutimu se ho no momu ayemre Womu ankantim anka sam mampanimfo a ma ho anhwa na bridge na ebu agum eninti womu mehwe na womu meye kwan no emo ma enei akuyafo womu kofa no ba ne mfudie dodo no a ede firi womu mfu mu ba krom no womu do bridge so no mnyem hyehye womu sanse ya na load no eso enti ye behwe no womu mia kwan ni bridge no womu ye ne kama de ma womu afi na yem hyehye bi afiri ho ama kone ye badie nsam nso womu ho ato womu ewomu
pa so de meka ne se ya bridge ne de asai essence onye ne ba asafri tete ka se atwam etoda kra moto tumi nya accident ni pa wu ni ade ka kra tumi abetom ni pa tumi awu enti moto de yesra mpanifo so mo mehwe kwan maye no mo nya bridge ne maye essence se kan ya ka mo nyina yentimi nhwe mani pa enwu ansa na yakase ye hu ya nka so na ka achi enti dia be kan ne so mo ma ya bridge ne nya so yakoma fa yeyam efisa me maami to ha ya no ko pedian ne be fie ne yeso nya bidi atoda kra de me ba ketu aka nko na me yam tumi hyehye me wudu ya da ka bo hu sa nko na yam hyehye enti dia me kan ne sa ba ya yesra twa ne ba hya yan ne yeso ya sabi na bridge dia sai ya gina ha nyina wo hwa ya chi adom na gu ya chi ya yam hyehye to the sense wo gina ha na sa ka bo hu sa ho a ya gina ha ya kasa nyina ya very dangerous isi ya gina bia ne abrenne ane ya ne wo kasa bridge esa ya che efabu enti so ya new driver na sa wo ba na sa bia woni ka bi bonsa ho kra wonim se efabu a wo betimi atom enti abenye dangerous pa na wo hwa from tufu praso tufu atimukwa aguna eyewe ya yekura mo atimukwa no hene mu animpo wo na sa hwa ma hene krom na bridge ayese na saka bebonsa ho na ebetom na nkwala akura mpo ase fomufo fa ase na se pani bi kwa foma ne bedi na chi na oni ne mutwe na se opatro betimi atom na nsa nsu ayiri ya kura fa bridge su kura memu krake ye nti a bridge de mfata ye kuroi dunkwa fo ekọ omo fa ha kwesi dunkwa efa kumasi na bridge ya so na omo fa ndani omo ani na omo mehye yen na ya sa ya ba yila ya nkwa fo be wuwu ejenjan ti ese mpani fo se esra omo ndani omo ani na mbehye yen ane dia bandi o ha ni ye mayo last week ensuo ye na bu kwan no eta kwan no kra dawa fo kra kokwa omo ble moto fo kokwa omo ble anam sa bridge na nya papa nti sanka ya bridge papa nka ensuo ni yi kra emuso nti me fra bandi ne mpanimfo so omo mehwe atimu kwa ne bre man sa omo nso ye pa ye ne ye ble abatwe ya tubi
we ayatimokwafoɔ ɛwɔtwifo district ni mumfimfi mantamu no mde ade sede to MC yana se DC yo ho ɛna fe wo momra hye bedwani no anim ye kwagye aboafo nkrato ye ba ye kodwadie mu nsɛm
ɛyɛ nokwasɛm sɛ adwumasua yɛ ade a sɛ wo nsa ka a obiara ntumi ngye mfiri wo nsɛm ɛno nti ɛnɛ yi sɛ wopɛ sɛ wotu kwan kɔ amanɔne anaa wotena ɔman Ghana mu ɛyɛ adwuma nyɛ sika gu bɔtɔm deɛ a mekamfo St. Augustine Heavy Machine Training Center de ama wo kɔ na ɔmfa na wɔtwe mmienu pɛ ɛnkyerɛ wo caterpillar piloda ɛne forklifter ɛboɔ no ɛwɔ fam koraa yɛwɔ Kumasi Asukwa yɛne Asukwa Police Station no ɛne di nhwɛ mu yɛsan so bɛn Asukwa Children's Hospital tafoa Akoko Spares Junction wa wobɛtumi afrɛ St. Augustine Heavy Machine Training Center 0243860810 St. Augustine Heavy Machine Training Center. We are your last stop.
For desktops, UPS, toners, and printers galore, Bell Enterprise has got it all. From CCTV cameras to office chairs that keep you in style at affordable prices that will make you smile. For schools, businesses, and individuals alike, we have what you will surely like. Contact us on 0245 099 786, 0245 099 786. Bell Enterprise. Shop with ease. Introducing the Smiling Shack Outdoor Solar Camping Light. A new modern way of lighting up your world. It's a powerful portable lamp with 2 modes of brightness, a strobe light, as well as a flashlight. You can power it through solar charging or Type-C charging. With a built-in high-capacity lithium battery, you can also use it as a power bank to charge up your mobile phone through USB. To purchase one, contact 055 051 5323 or 053 520 3534.
This is what mini wireless networks look like. But hey, this is what they actually look like. Introducing Kenny Rose Wireless. Switch to Kenny Rose Wireless and enjoy streaming without buffering, communication with no lagging, business without restrictions, and achievements with no limits. Get connected today. For enquiry, sales, and support, contact us on 020-8282-810. Visit our website on www.kennyrosewireless.com. Kenny Rose Wireless, internet made easy.
Download the AP Media app now at apmediagh.com/app. It is currently available for Android devices. Coming soon to Play Store and App Store.
You're trying to get your phone cut or APTV and radio 105.7 sunny or New York Cassia and Gusu Echaguno. Now, yet also a wojadi and some more. Technical advisor Edema Oswa for Shane Sika Samso, a doctor to you a champion. Wachemo say we were bond, ya na it was a be a more honor, and che be a abano kwakutia $700 million. Sasika in which Remu say. And yes, yes, Sanso be call international bond market in Mubium, there be a what ye would try. Ye best have to be magento to your panish, ye pie, dear go aquam. I may say, your why dinner pan sunny to me above right, we are see your man more. Then so, ye can say, Tiano or Matian in town, what I say, a yaho for my mind or sebe ye cabia, ye did ye no one motion ye no mood to be moody free war. Sebe to me a boama, economy won't send it to me, Jan, national fame. Investors, you will from on any who say. Yam board no who kai da ho ye tuatua ne ntamwara so a investors betumi do mani akire mu omayi mu no mo so apeboa epia economy no akwanimo.
Had to pay $700 million, of which 175 was in interest and then another 525 in principal. We took advantage of the timing opportunity or the window of opportunity to pay it, ahead of time. And also to really signal to the market that we are committed to honoring our payment obligations as agreed to under the Eurobond restructuring, and indeed all other existing debt that the government needs to pay. So for us, it's really sort of, call it 2 or 3 things. The fact that it is sending a clear positive signal to the market, the fact that this has been done without encumbering our reserves, and then this also has been done off the back of the strong macroeconomic recovery that we're seeing. We have been going to the international capital market since 2007 when we did our first Eurobond. And then in the last few years, preceding the debt exchange since 2019, 2021, we were taking these facilities sometimes around $3 billion every year. So in total, since 2024, we have paid close to $2.5 billion in both in principal and interest to retire some of these, Eurobonds. Principal payments coming up to around $1.5 billion, and then the interest payments of around $1 billion. The total Eurobond package. What we owed prior to the restructuring was in the region of about $13 billion, The fact that you're paying would reflect positively in bringing down the stock of debt. But there's also a stock and flow, of course, adjustment that one needs to do or take into account. For us, what is very important at the end of the day is meeting the commitment that we have made under the PFM Amendment Act. So specifically, the 2 fiscal rules, maintaining a debt to GDP of below 45%, and then also maintaining a primary surplus of 1.5% of GDP. These 2 fiscal anchors is really driving a lot of the numbers and then the adjustments that needs to be made. But what we really wanted to send to the signal is the fact that we are committed and we will honor our payment obligations as and when they fall due.
Dr. Tio Echampo, a technical advisor at the Finance Minister, no, and Tiche Power Muji Egu Aquemo, international bond market in the moon, or Demo Sama to Jano, ye call among who do so and some.
This segment is brought to you by Desat Solutions.
Yadiani Echremo ewo Syria, Amandabo Edese, one micropon Damascus, Topaye be at all. Korea see nipa dun watching 18, one more prepare more dimpa. One more job who iron share. And it's a French mampany, aqua copy mo, ewo Syria, mining money, one mampany could do come off and kita, dear that woman tem, and for so dear. amayi mi enu betumi anya e de free nhemudi mu amanebo ehwese bia ya atopaye no etoye no saa bia ye ho no na French mampani no akopie mu Syria ho no Emmanuel Macron no wo ho na ofree ho no na topaye no etoye se nhwehwemu guso ekoso se na target no esi French mampani no so se so obi ana na ebeto no topaye ho ho nhwehwemu ene de asemi sunsunsanso ebeba betu dwa one more foreign minister na say interior minister so afọ no hwe fisem so Syria mine mo wode nsamudo to dwa ho no na ekere nipa dodo a one more eprepra wasasem yesi mo na nhwehwemu agusu nyina wo hwe fisem so nti bambo ejina tukuo nyina hye na se a wo mo hwehwemu no de sunsunsanso ebeba betu dwa.
Video shows the moment blasts shook the center of Syria's capital, Damascus, Tuesday. The incident took place near a Four Seasons hotel where French President Emmanuel Macron had spent the night, though the explosions came after he had already left for the presidential palace. Syrian state television says the blasts were believed to be caused by two bombs, one placed under a vehicle and the other in a dumpster, citing an unnamed security official. Syrian state media also says more than a dozen people have been injured, including at least 4 police officers. Macron is the first European Union head of state to visit Syria since its new president Ahmed al-Shara took power, following the toppling of former dictator Bashar al-Assad. This morning, the French president posted on social media, "Nothing can smother the aspiration of Syrian women and men to live in a fully sovereign, safe, pluralistic, and united Syria." These latest blasts come days after an explosive device also ripped through a cafe near the city's Justice Palace, killing at least 10 people and wounding 20. At the time, this man blamed what he called remnants of the previous regime, adding that, quote, saboteurs are still causing unrest and disrupting the country. Macron is expected to head to Turkey next for the NATO summit, along with other world leaders, including President Trump.
Asemwe so esi wa Damascus, Syria, mind emo. Na yanto so America mampani Donald Trump, one a Turkish president, on also Tayyip Erdogan. One no akwakodi ehyiemu omodidi nkomo a no so dem faso bebre amayemi enu ehyiemudi a ekoso na to summit eho eno no mo akwakoshiemu a summit yi ekoso ewo Turkey na America mampani Donald Trump akiremu se sanhyiemudi yi wo mo ankwankwa ne Turkey man mu a enkono pa se obesi natofo wo summit na se engema so esan so hwe ninkita hudi anase niema eda ono ene Turkeyfo ono mama mpani no ntem no ano odin pa chese woni no wadamfofo soronko enu nti ena natofo de summit no ekokoshe Turkey nam so ma wakobie na obefa akonya no so na won mo atimi emie nkitahudi eda wo ntem nim woyi won mo mienu firi wo aman mienu no ma hwese won mo atimi akwa adwenkro mu mamfaso de dodo no afa bibio mbetumi de mo ahyem dwadie nsem niema dodo pie mu bambo nsem no aman mienu ebetumi nya mfaso de de afiri mu.
US President Donald Trump and his NATO counterparts are meeting for 2 days here in the presidential compound in Ankara. The focus is going to be on making Europe stronger within NATO. Over the last 2 years, it's been spending far more money. European allies in Canada, they've increased spending by about 20%, but that hasn't satisfied Trump. The first event that's going to happen is a thing called the Big Reveal. Leaders are going to stand up and advertise new contracts that they're going to sign. They're worth tens of billions of dollars, according to NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte, who will be hosting this meeting here in Ankara. The one question is, will Trump take the win? They've got a 3-hour working session. It's going to be top issue, top debate over those 3 hours. Will he take the win, or will he criticize them again, as he's done so many times in the past?
Amanone NSMB eno yankase ne de si ha news.apmediagh.com ehona online stories nyina wo in Facebook and YouTube handle ni APTVGH, TikTok, Instagram and X intente fideni APmedia_GH. Cause wa follow yen, subscribe to yen pages ahodo no na fe o like it no share na odo comment so to yen videos ahodo say boss lady Afia Kyem Agyemang ni midin na yade ni nyina esi ha no nese ne bo no koye no enije nim kra yade asem kure ni nti Egypt for so do many akire mu fie sa Abakusam. Na ene eye brada enti commentary bi e wo ho no kepoku omode beto aso kyese madam nyina mwase ama mumu ene hwe ene tie.
TV, the way of salvation. Action Power TV, the way of salvation.
Welcome to